What's going on, YouTube? Got a good one for you. Today I'm teaching you how to tie your shoes as a basketball player. I know a lot of basketball players just get on the court and start doing anything when they tie their shoes. And I wanted to give you some insight on what I learned throughout the course of my career on proper way to tie your shoes as a basketball player, especially if you're doing a lot of stop and go cutting. This shoe tying method is for you. So put the camera down here where you can see me. So we start out with the shoe like this. I'm gonna show y'all. I got the Puma TRC Blaze Court. So you start from the bottom of your shoe. First, you want to start with your foot flexed. You don't want to tie your shoe with your foot like this, with your Achilles flexed. You want to flex the tendon in the front. The reason you want to keep that flexed is because you don't want, when you tie your shoe, you don't want a lot of pressure on that. That's going to slow you down when you're playing. When you jumping, you need both your Achilles tendon and the tendon in the front to expand when you're running and jumping. You can see right here, when I flex it, you can see it expanding. I don't know if you can see that. You need for your foot to be able to flex like that. All right. It's very important to let that part of your foot flex when you tie your shoe.
All right, y'all, so I want to explain and help you understand how important this tendon is in your foot. The TAT helps you lift your foot upward, like when you pulling your toes to your shin. It's a very important muscle. It helps you pick up your toes when you walk and when you run. Just think about how important that is in basketball. So the special role it plays in basketball is when you make quick moves like jumping and changing direction, the tendon helps keep your foot and your ankle stable. So when you have a stable ankle, when you have a stable foot, you're gonna be able to exert more power on those moves, which is gonna make you quicker, which is gonna make you jump higher, which is gonna make you more explosive. If that tendon is constricted by those shoelaces being so tight around it and it's not flexed, it's not gonna get that freedom to expand, because your muscles work best when they can contract and relax properly. So if it's constricted and your tendon is not able to expand and relax properly, then it's gonna be weak. That's gonna be grounds for injury, grounds for lower performance. So if you wanna perform at your best and you wanna keep yourself from getting injured, really pay attention to how I'm tying my shoes.
First, you want your shoe to be about a half size bigger when you're playing. You don't want to go true size. You want a half size bigger because your toes need room to spread when you're running, and they need a tiny bit of room to slide when you're stopping. You don't want your toes jamming into the front of your shoe, okay? So you tie that, you make sure the ball of your foot is secure and tight. Your toe is gonna always stay loose because there's no laces up there. Then the middle of your foot, you want to make sure that's tight, and then you want to scoot forward and you want to make sure that tendon is flexed when you're tying the shoe. When you get to the top, when you have two eyelets left at the top, you want to cross it over. You want to go through the second eyelet underneath and then come through back up top. And now you got a loop right here. You see this loop? And then you want to do the same thing on the other side. You want to come through the bottom and back over the top in the top eyelet. All right. So now you got two loops right here. You see these two loops? These are going to give you a heel lock. It's going to lock your heel in place once you lace through. So now you cross over and you go through this loop, and you cross this one over and you go through this loop here. Now you see these two loops? Now when you tie, you see that? It locked it in place. And that's when you flex that tendon in the front, you pull, and when you cross and do this lace, you see how tight that got? And then you go here, and sometimes I like to double, I go through twice. So I go here and here twice. That's gonna lock your shoelace down. You see how it didn't move? And then you go into your regular loop tying. All right? And then you double knot. Now, your shoe is not gonna come off in the game. Your shoe is not gonna loosen in the game, and you're gonna be good. You see, that's what it look like. Now my foot has room to move around. My heel is locked, it's gonna stay secure. If I turn my ankle, you're still gonna roll your ankle, but your heel is locked in place. You got all the movements you need with your heel staying in place. It's very important for that heel to stay cupped and stay in place. That's why they start making the hard heel cup in the back. But this is gonna keep your heel from raising in your shoe. It's gonna keep it on the ground. All right, it's gonna make you way more effective on the court, I promise you. All right, so let's go back and rewind, and I'm gonna show you again. All right, so we loosen it up. You lace your shoes all the way from the bottom. You lace your shoes all the way from the bottom. You got two eyelet holes. You got the second from the top and the top. You're gonna cross over. You can go through the tag loop you're gonna go inside the second from the top and through the top, over the top to make this loop. All right, let that hang. Then you go through the tongue loop. You're gonna go under the second from the top, and then you're gonna go over in the very top. All right. So now you got two loops. You take the right side, put it through the left loop. The left side, put it through the right loop. You flex that foot. Don't forget to pull that tongue up. Flex that foot. Here, you tighten that up. And then you're gonna do your cross and you're gonna double it through. That's gonna hold the shoelace down. Here, it's not gonna move. And then you do your regular tying and double knot. All right, there you go. So now you know how to tie your shoes as a basketball player. Now you're ready to go in the court and you get elite. You see what I'm saying? It's simple. A lot of people don't think about how to tie their shoes when they're playing basketball, but I'm telling you, it makes a huge difference the way you tie your shoes as a basketball player. So if you found value in this video, then please hit that like button. If you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button. I appreciate y'all watching today. Y'all don't forget to smile, be happy, make other people smile, and y'all have a good day. Peace.